Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi Lynn, and today we are once again talking about Dan Slott, famous Spider-Man writer, as he comes in defending years of bad takes on characters by himself and his peers. And this is coming in. This Shield is coming in at a time when comic book sales, movies, superhero fatigue is at an all-time high. They're crippled. They're buckling down. And this card was eventually going to be played. Now, for people who don't know, Dan Slott is a guy that will block you just for not liking Safe Space and Snowflake, characters that were mocked so hard by fans, by the general public that never even read a Marvel comic, that Marvel Comics has yet to publish that book. Now, Dan is, again, shelling up here with his Shield. And this tweet, we really want to go into this because this is kind of, I hope to God this isn't a mindset that people have really been running around with, because it's stupid. It's stupid to think that you can do these type of things and take these liberties with these characters and somehow they're strong enough that they'll sustain. Let's get into it.
So Dan Slott here says, it's impossible to ruin/destroy a long-standing legacy character. If an iconic character has been around for 50 plus years, they're indestructible. Whatever current aspect/storyline displeases you as a fan can be hand-waved down the road. The character you heart will be fine. So straight away, we see one very major issue here. So if a character's been around for 50 plus years, whatever happens to that character after the 50-year mark, it doesn't matter, he's basically saying. So once Batman is 50 years old, anything that any writer adds to the Batman mythos, it means nothing whatsoever. That's basically what he's saying. So my first question to Dan is, Dan, do you like your job? Do you still want your job as a writer? Because it sounds like you're saying we don't need writers.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to take this. First, I think Dan meant this to be as an excuse for a lot of bad work over the last 10 years. And to say that these characters are so strong they can withstand the abuse of SJW creators or liberals, or just let's change sexuality of these characters. Let's race swap them. Let's gender swap them. Let's put propaganda before story. All of these things. And somehow the Spider-Man's so strong, Superman's so strong, and everybody knows Superman. You're right, Dan. Everybody knows these characters. You can go to the other side of the globe. I was in Singapore, bus pass, wasn't all new, all different Marvel characters, even though that was big Marvel's initiative in publishing at that time. It was classic Marvel characters on the bus pass. You have to understand, yeah, these characters have became pop culture icons, but this was a power move by, I think, a lot of SJW comic creators to cut their teeth on these pop culture giants and make their name off the back of these characters that fans have supported for 80 plus years, 100 plus years, whatever it is, whatever the case is. And that they would be important for graduating these characters into the right thing, into the new era, and get them up to speed with the update of pronouns and whatever sexuality thing that's being pushed. And it's kind of painful and ironic looking at this and seeing Dan's perspective on this, because like Yanzi said, if this is true and he really believes this, then why are you even there? You're not important. And if you're not important, then why are you changing the characters? And you're basically saying anything you're doing is going to be changed back anyways. So why change it to begin with? Like, well, what is the point of this? And again, he acts like, well, it can be undone. I really want to focus on that. When you say you take Iceman and you say Iceman's gay, you can't ungay Iceman. And this goes for any character. If you go and you let's say if Dan Slott gets to write Spider-Man and he says, I want Spider-Man to become bisexual, you can't walk that back. You can't one day go back and say, no, he's not bisexual anymore. No, we're going back to basics and we're rebooting. And Spider-Man is now with Mary Jane for the first time. Their love triangle with Gwen Stacy or whatever. All of a sudden, Peter ain't bisexual anymore. He's straight. And now, even if you do that and you say it's because of reboot and this, as a company, as a corporation, that's phobic, because now you're breaking off that checkbox. I disagree with him on so many fronts. And this is just a weird place to fall back to at this point in time of of damage done to some of these characters and fandom in some ways. People have walked away from these characters altogether in some cases.
I want to bring up a character to a more recent creation. Let's think about the character Starfire, created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. So she has always been depicted as an orange-skinned alien. But because of the Titan TV show, they turned her into a black woman, which is not a problem by itself. But now you have this whole generation of new fans, or these incoming tourist comics, now insisting that Starfire has always been black. And if you don't believe she's black, you're a racist istophobe. You see how problematic this is? When you come in and change something, even if it's not in the same medium. So it didn't happen in the comics. But because they made this change somewhere else, now the new people coming in and say, well, you OG fans are racist for not believing that she's black. It's like, no, she wasn't.
And that's not fair to the people that prop these characters up with $1 out of their pocket to put them in a gotcha situation with new fans. Maybe, hypothetically, even if these people will read a comic book, you're basically throwing them to the wolves in a weird way by taking these liberties with these characters. And this is all for the sake of progress. I get that. But at the same time, it's like if the characters' traits that you've been selling for years and expecting people to turn up every Wednesday to buy and read and enjoy, if their traits don't really matter, and you've been doing building this character up for in some cases, like, again, 60, 80, 100 years, then what are you doing? You don't even have a character. If you can go around and race swap characters, gender swap characters, change the sexuality of characters, you never had a character to begin with. You had a symbol on the chest. You basically had an S-Shield sticker that you could slap on and say, now they're gay. Now they're made of steel. Now they're made of electricity. It's just a brand. It's not even a character anymore. And this is a weird winding road and I feel like this is going to happen a lot more, where there's a type of look back retrospect on what happened, because nobody really had a destination charted in any of this. They were just going along with the new pronoun, with the new checkbox, with the new what is the diversity pyramid, and to follow that. And that's the most powerful and loudest voice for some reason, even though it's the smallest minority. And everybody chased that, but nobody said, where are we going at the end of this? And I think more and more you're going to see this, where people are going to try to throw up some type of defensive guard saying like, hey, the characters were always strong enough to sustain this abuse. And in some cases, the Man of Steel, there is a kryptonite, and maybe it is this type of writer. If you guys will, please hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, help the channel out, and also Axcend level up. 17 days left at the edge of $85,000, 935 backers. Please go over, jump on board on this. This is my Spider-Man meets Tron 3 video gamers. Test out a new virtual reality world game, and when they log out, the game follows them back into the real world. A lot of fun happens. Please go support this independent comic movement. I'll leave you guys with the trailer for this smash hit comic book coming at you. Axcend level up.
I dream of a world carefully crafted, beautifully flawed. This is Axcend. In this game of life, there is one thing that determines a victor. A player's ability to grow. A player's ability to evolve. A player's ability to survive. Every player in their place. Learn to work together. Learn to destroy one another. My name is Dog. Choose to play. Choose to upgrade. Choose to level up. Choose to Axcend.